Another day in Washington and another day to check out another museum. This one was actually back to the Natural History Museum. We were able to check out some rocks and asteroids and other gems, along with some animal displays as well.
That's a sloth.
Is it?
Yeah.
For a change in pace, Matt and I went and had a look at the National Military Cemetery at Arlington. It was quite a display, and one of the best things that we saw was the changing of the guard. The unfortunate thing about it was that I forgot to turn the microphone on, so I missed out on all the noise and audio that goes along with it, but it was a very impressive display. Happens every half an hour, and we watched it twice. Matt and I then got back on the metro, and along with thousands of other people, found that there was actually something better to do on a Wednesday evening than just to stay at home.
Could come to a baseball game.
Here we are at the National Stadium in Washington. We saw the Washington Nationals play the Atlanta Braves. We heard some traditional baseball sounds, tried some food, chili dog and chips. Yeah, good. Nationals won.
Hold it up.
We're on our way to Gettysburg today, and I'm driving on American roads, and it's been 15 years since I've done so, driving on the left hand side, and it's just taking a little bit of time to get comfortable with it. Instead of looking up here to see my rearview mirror, I need to look right there. But the scenery is fantastic, the conditions are great. We've got a full tank of gas, and we're
Continue 3.1 miles.
Thank you, Millie.
Then keep right onto I-495 north.
Yes, we need the GPS.
We definitely need the GPS. We could be doing maps like what Julian and I did 15 years ago, but this is infinitely better. Much less arguing. The easiest thing is to drift into cars on my right, because I just want to naturally go that way, because it's unnatural to sit on this side of the lane. I really want to be on that side in there. So I have to constantly watch my mirrors and see where I am on the edge of the car's relationship to the lines to see where I'm going. Other than that, it's okay so far. I'm still very conscious of what I'm doing, so there's a lot of concentration just on driving. Matt's job is to look after the music. Speed limit's 55, we're doing 65 and people are passing us. This is one of the original homes in Gettysburg, and you can see on this wall, all of this pock-marked wall that hasn't been repaired. These are all bullet holes from the battle. The interesting thing about this battle is that only one civilian died. About 8,000 died, 30-odd thousand fatalities on both sides. But only one civilian died, as a woman. Yet a house can get bullet holes like that. And any house that's an original from the era has got one of these little brass plaques on it, saying it's a Civil War building.
Okay, now, what happens here, what comes out of a green cannon is shaped like as a cannonball. Sort of shaped like a softball, sort of about the size of a softball. So the green ones fire the cannonballs, the black ones fire the rifle projectiles. The kinds that are kind of pointed. One type of cannonball is a solid iron cannonball. It does not explode. What kind of damage will that do? If it doesn't explode, who wants a cannonball that doesn't explode? Try to imagine the last time you went bowling. Take a bowling ball, roll it down the bowling alley. Okay, knock the pins down. You pick the pins back up, they're okay. If you do that with us in a group like this, you pick us back up, we're not okay. Then they have fuses on some of the cannonballs, and if they set the fuse right, that will go off on the ground at your feet. That could knock you a couple feet up into the air and do a lot of damage to you. There's also what's called a case shot, or otherwise known as an airburst round. If they set the fuse right, which many times they didn't, that's set to explode 15, 20 feet above your head. That will send all the shrapnel and little iron balls coming flying down top of you. But the green ones fire the cannonballs, the black ones, the big bullet-shaped projectiles.
Gettysburg, of course, is famous for being not the last battle of the American Civil War, but certainly the one that was regarded as the turning point. This is kind of also the end of our tour as well. So from here on in, Matt and I are driving back to Washington DC, and although we've still got another day in town, it's pretty much the end of our tour. We do spend that last day shopping and collecting great bargains, which is awesome because the Australian dollar was hovering at around about 97 cents at the time. But essentially, this is the end of our trip.